How's it going, everybody? So we're gonna go ahead and start the world video with the first world you'll see when you hop on our server, which is our spawn world. You'll spawn facing our rules. Our server has 10 very basic rules, you know, things like no griefing, have fun, and little jokes underneath. So it's a good idea, and it's why we have you face the rules to read them before continuing. If you turn left here, you'll see a map of the spawn world and how to read our signs. It's pretty much just read it like so, top to bottom, left to right, so on and so forth. Here is basically a map. This is where you are, the starting area. If you go behind you, there's the exit. In front of you is the townie commands. Now, this is the ring. That's basically what this is around the center area. So if you leave the center here and say welcome to Andoria once you leave the center orb in our spawn universe, and you are actually quite in spacey. There's even planetoids and everything, so you'll have to kind of hop around and look at all the awesome things. We're adding more all the time, and to the ring. Now the mod tutorials are within the ring, so if you walk around this area 360 degrees, there's tutorials like basic server commands and books like hidden switches. Maybe you want to know more about it. Well, all you do is you just basically walk into this room and it'll tell you using signs how to use hidden switches. Maybe it'll show an example of it like this one here, and then when you leave, you know, so on and so forth. It's quite a nice little tutorial to help you out. Now here's elevators here, so you know, if you want to know more about elevators, well, this has I think 5 floors in total, and it'll tell you everything you need to know about how to make an elevator. So if you ever forget, you can even come back here later on and view the different tutorials. Now down here is the GM cloning facility. We'll have NPCs once the NPC plugin gets up to date. Right now they're doing some major overhauls, but once that's up to date, you'll see an actual NPC in here of Majestic Wind, me, and the Wombat of Doom. But that's down here, so that's pretty much like the entrancey area. And like I said, any of the mod tutorials are here. You can just quickly take a shortcut, cross, and all that. So it's a good idea to go through these. It's not like mandatory to go view the tutorials, but it's a nice thing if you wish to know what our server has to offer to go through here. And like I said, you can come back here and I'll show you how later. Now here is our maze. It's basically a way of having you guys prove you know the server rules. And there's little tiny dead ends which have some interesting things, like here's like a meteor or asteroid that smashed through and blocked off this door, and there's like a cloning tank over here that got broken into. So it's nice to kind of explore and view. There's another reason why you want to explore and view, because there's 4 chests, so you can't go back. There's 4 chests in this world. The chests are lootable chests. I'll show you one of them. It's here in the, oops, too far. It's here in the mod tutorial. If you go into the basic server commands, it tells you things like how do the who, list for some reason is not working, but who is. They both show the exact same thing, which is who's online. And some other basic things like how to create a mailbox. This is an example of what you could make a mailbox look like, you know, a chest on top of a fence post. You can make it look whatever you want. And this is just reminding you, don't forget to protect your mailbox using our LWC, which we have a tutorial right there in that corner on how to use LWC. This one is not protected. You can actually open it, and there's a book in here. And all the chests in this world, there's 4 of them, like I said, are lootable chests, meaning if I take this book out of here, and then you walk around here and you open this up, you'll see a chest with a book in it. So it's like I never took the book out. You can loot the chest once per player. So try and find all 4 of them. Trust me, there's some really good loot in here. Now let's go ahead and go on with what the maze is. Now there's 2 routes here. If you're a commoner, which means you've signed up on our server form, you can just go through this door and skip the maze altogether. If you're below that, a server traveler, which is people who just hopped on the server, you have to take our puzzle. It's very simple. There's not like 1,000 dead ends or anything. It's basically there's a question, you got to answer correctly. If you answer incorrectly, horrible things happen to you. And if you answer correctly, you progress in the maze. Trust me, you might as well just answer correctly so that you can get to the end of the maze. And by the time you get to the end of the maze, you can actually join the server in the sense that you actually go to the main world. I'll go ahead and just take the shortcut because, you know, I've already done the maze so many times and I don't want to spoil it for you guys. You guys can take the maze yourself when you join the server. And once again, it's not that long. It takes me about 1.5 minutes, not even, to complete the whole maze. So it shouldn't take you guys too long. Now here is where you'll end up. You'll actually end up over here when you answer the last question. You'll have please don't ask the GMs to do these things for you. And now you're at the very end. Now there's 4 sections here. There's the link up, which basically tells you how to get to our dynamic map, how to get to our server form, my YouTube channel so you can view videos such as this one. On this side it describes what the ranks are, Surf and Traveler and Commoner and Baron, how you get promoted, how you get demoted, how much a Baron title costs, all that information's right here. Here is frequently asked questions. We get asked a lot of questions like how do I rank up? See the rank system behind you and to the right. Be awesome. So this is how you rank up. You know, there's frequently asked questions and we answer some of them like I want to buy X item, where do I get it in Baldric, so on and so forth. Most of those I'll actually answer in these videos, but if you ever do have a question, you can always go here. Here's some basic information on how to get started in our server. After you join, how to use the teleporters, how to buy a plot of land once you can, all that stuff. When you're done, you can go ahead and leave here. Now, I have my render distance relatively low right now, but there's actually a welcome to Andoria sign. You can see the wall of it. I don't know why it isn't loading. It's probably because, once again, I'm doing a recording, so I have my render distance a little low. But there is a welcome to Andoria thing here, and once you enter here, it'll teleport you to Baldric, which is our center world, which is the next world you'll see in this video, tutorial, demonstration of all the different worlds in our server. So I'll see you in a few seconds. Alright, time to explain Baldric. This is our center world. Why is this called our center world? Well, it's because everything connects to this world, and everything happens around this world. Baldric is where you shop, where you buy things, where you sell things. It's where GM events happen, like hide and seek, or hammer drop, or sheepzilla, or pluck the flamingo, which was one of the games we played recently. Poor Albert the Flamingo. So all of our GM games, all of our shops are here. Also, all of our teleporters are here. No matter what world you're in, you'll always go to Baldric before you go to another world, and vice versa. So that's one of the key reasons why this is called the center world. So let's go ahead and walk around this interesting environment. Now, Baldric is actually one of the first worlds we made for our server when we decided to release it for the public. So we designed it to have this center square here. It's pretty much where our gift shop is, as you can see, selling nuggets and sponges. Surprisingly, there's none in stock. I wonder why. Should probably stock this. But it also allows you to see where all the directions are. So if you go this way, you can go to the graveyard and the observatory, the wizard's tower, the kiln, the glass blower, and the air docks and harbor. So that's one way you can see where everything is go to the Baldric Center, and you can see where each shop is by which entrance it goes to. So like this one has tons of the shops are this way. It also is where our center bank is. So here's our bank building. So if you're, you know, a traveler and you own a plot of land, or you're a commoner, or maybe you're a baron and you own your own town, and you're mining away and you get some gold or diamonds or whatever, you go here and you can sell it to our shop. I'll do a more in-depth tutorial on how to use the shops later on, but this is where our bank is, so that's where you sell those items. It's also where one of our safety deposit boxes is, which is kind of like the personal chest I showed you earlier, where it's lootable at once, but these not only are lootable once, so here's a whole bunch of items I have. Nobody else can see this when they open this chest. They see whatever they put in here, but it also connects between all the banks and all the worlds. Banks are the only shop that's really in every world. So Andoria, which is another one of our worlds, or the PvP world, when we add that in, we'll all have banks, and they'll all have those 3 items for sale or purchase, and a global safety deposit box. The only one that won't is PvP worlds won't have a global safety deposit box, and once again, I'll explain that when I get onto the tutorial about PvP worlds once we add that into the server. There's a reason why they're separated for that fact. Now, there's also a whole bunch of individual shops here in Baldric. So how do you know where the shops are? Well, I told you one way of knowing where all the shops are. It's underneath this arch here on the inside. It tells you where the individual shops are. Well, that's useful. But maybe your render distance is too short. You can't see those signs very well. Or maybe you kind of want an easier or a different way of finding it out. This is our stock market. It's kind of like a normal stock market where it tells you the price and the fluctuation of items. So every store, every shop in our server has it set up like this. So you can click here or look here and see the dry dock sells boats. The Wayward Sailor, which is 2 signs here, they sell compasses and maps. The Baldric Glass Blower sells sand, glass panes, glass bottles. The Lon Milk Bar, which sells milk, hence Lon Milk Bar. So you can kind of like look, you're like, I want to buy some redstone stuff. Oh, here's some buttons. Yeah, I need to buy some buttons. So where is that? Oh, that's Radio Shack. Well, where is Radio Shack? I know they sell it at Radio Shack. So where is that? Well, underneath the stock market, here's also the current prices for gold, iron, and diamonds. They're fixed prices. Once again, I'll explain that when I explain shops in more detail later on. But let's say you want to know where Radio Shack is, or Radio Shack. You go down here, and behind the waterfall is a button. And this button will actually take you down an elevator. If I can get on it, there we go. And it'll take you to a mini map of Baldric. This is Baldric in miniature form. The Wannabat Doom did a really good job on this, so I want to give him a shout out on working on this. So here's the stock market. You are here. We couldn't put a red dot on top. We thought about putting red wool just for the amusement of it, but this pretty much gets the point across. You are here. So I need to go to Radio Shack to get some redstone. Well, we can see this is the Dead Duck, there's the bakery, there's the food market, the glass blower is there, there's the gift shop from hell, there's the air docks, so it's not that way. What's over here? We got the warehouse, we've got the kiln, we've got the ancient library, and here is, oh, there we are, redstone. Well, Radio Shack is redstone stuff, so that is in the Wizard's Keep. So now we know where it is, the Wizard's Keep. Well, where is it in relationship to the stock market? Well, the stock market in this whole map is actually built with the way the compass is. So if I'm standing here and I'm looking this way and Wizard's Keep is in that direction, then that means I have to exit, then I have to take a right, and then I have to go up some steps, and there we are. I'm at the Wizard's Keep. So let's go ahead and just kind of wander that way. And every single shop we have is actually up here, including this mysterious lever. What must this lever mean? By the way, our server has tons of hidden little areas and jokes and funny little things or rewards if you find certain things, like the 4 chests in the spawn world. If you find them, you get rewards for finding them. Here we have a lot of little nooks and interesting places that don't really reward you as much as just have something funny or some joke in it. I will give you a hint. If you wander off over the hill that way, you can see something quite amusing. I'm not going to say what. You have to hop on the server and check it out for yourself, but there we go. There's the Wizard's Keep, and there's the stairway. So if I made it up there, I'd find Radio Shack. So that's how you find shops, and that's basically one of the key factors in this world is the shops. You can ask people to trade items with you, but the best thing is to just go here and see if they even have it in stock. Like if I want some watermelons, oh hey, watermelons. So that's the key thing about it. The other thing about this world is it connects all the other worlds. So for instance, I need to go to Andoria, which is the next world I'm going to show you anyways. I need to go to the harbor, so this way to Baldric Harbor. Alright, well on the way, here's the server rules. So if I click there, I can go through the server rule book. And here's a little bit of information on some of the basic worlds. This needs to be updated a bit. It's slightly out of date, but that's just because we just added 3 new worlds right now, actually today, when I finished recording, or finished the worlds, I started the recording about it. But here's the Belgic Harbor, and here is the ship to get to Andoria. So I'll go ahead and see you guys in a second when we visit Andoria. See you then. Alright, so it's time to visit Andoria. My world deciding to not load on me, but that's okay. There's a lighthouse here. Trust me, I'm not imagining it. There is a lighthouse there. But, so how do we get to Andoria? Well, we need to go to the Belgic Harbor. So go to the central world. There's the air docks. That's not the harbor. So this must be the harbor. There's water and docks and everything. So which one is it? Well, it's this ship. It says Lillepetus. Its destination is Andoria. Well, that's where I need to go. The world Andoria. Now, each teleporter is either in the shape of like a teleporter frame or the shape of something that's vehicle-wise. So like this is a teleporter. That airship there is a teleporter. And it'll actually tell you where you need to go. So this one says, to go to Andoria, teleport is inside the cabin. So I hop into the cabin here. And now I'm in Andoria. This is our PvE world, which means player versus environment. So you versus creepers and skeletons and lava and finding things. Not you versus Steve or Bob or the Wombat of Doom. You don't fight each other in this world. You help each other. And you compete a little bit on who can build the better house. But that's all fun and games. So this is where you also start. The world is Andoria. This town is Stalin. So in Stalin, there's a little bit of information right here on how to get started. You can start buying plots of land once you're a traveler. I'll kind of cover that a little bit more in another tutorial about townie, how to rank up, how to buy plots of land and all that. But this kind of explains it to you if you wish to learn there. You've gone through our tutorial in the spawn world. It'll explain it there as well. It also separated into 3 environments. This is the desert environment. So if you like building in sand and having glass as a resource, this is where you should start. We also have an ocean area. As you can see, we've had a few boat accidents. This tree is quite a vicious tree, and I'll show you a cool secret about that tree in a bit. But all the plots that have a glass block on it is for sale, so you can actually buy it and build your own ship if you like building ships. So that's one option for you guys. I will give you a warning. Buying a plot in the ocean is going to be a little bit more difficult, but you can build a tunnel going down like this guy has and mine everything underneath the water, so you're not resourceless. There's actually another person who built an interesting little plot there underwater. So, you know, it's not like you can't survive in this world. It's just a different style of building, which is why we gave you 3 options. The third option is the forest option. So if you like building in trees or in hilly areas, then all you do is you go that direction, you buy a plot over there. Once again, only travelers and above for ranking can actually buy a plot of land. Another cool thing about Andoria, not only can you buy plots of land here in Stalin, well, this is the town Stalin. There's tons of towns in Andoria. Once you become a baron, you can start your own town. So where do you get to other towns? Well, you go to the teleporter pads. If you go down here, there's an elevator right there, which will take you to different floors. And each floor has 4 teleporter pads, and you can just take one. So here's Iron Town. This is my town. You can hop down here and wait for it to hopefully not kill me. Come on, you can do it. Don't kill me. I love you. Blackness. Okay, there we go. It took a bit to load. Once again, recording does impede me my loading on the server. But this is my world. This is my town, Iron Town. Every baron has the right to buy their own town and design it however they feel like it. I like biodomes, so that's what I built. It's this biodome with an Asian-styled house and little biodomes that people can purchase that I am good friends with or even get along with on the server. I can sell you one of these plots and you can build whatever you want inside the biodomes as long as you follow my town rules. So each town can have their own set of rules. Well, what if you like a town? Like maybe you're visiting somebody's town, person A, whoever their name is, and you want to join their town. Well, you wait for them to hop on, or somebody who's a part of their town to hop on, and you ask them, hey, can I join your town? And they'll look at you and like, oh, hey, you're a commoner. Yeah, sure, you can join my town. Just leave the town that you're in, and I'll add you. And then you can be a part of their town. So you're not forced to join Stalin if you don't wish to in Andoria, which is kind of a nice thing we've set up with the server. Once again, that will be covered a little bit more in the tutorials about starting your own town and the townie tutorials. But this is what Andoria is, the PvE world. So let's check out another world. Let's check out our old world, Relic. I'll see you guys in a bit. Actually, I almost forgot to mention the secret of this tree. I was going to tell you about it. This tree was built by Fertilizer Man, who is mysteriously missing. He has put a curse upon this town, not really sure why, but there's quite a lot of unique features on this thing. There's a golden egg, there's an apple with a worm in there, and there's a phoenix. And the apple with the worm actually has a secret on its own. But how are you supposed to get up there? Well, you can actually climb to the tree. Lots of people have done it before. It's just really hard. I can't even do it. I'm really bad at it. I know the first step, and I'll show you, is you gotta get your parkour on and hit this corner with the vines. Let's see if I can do it without falling. You can do it, MrYourWilly. You can do it. You just see Captain Kirk. MrYourWilly, you can do this. I know you can. Why are you wearing a red shirt, though? Okay, I can't do it. But anyways, you do climb that first. And remember, when you hold shift in vines, you can go from vine to vine. So those are the two tips I'm going to give you. Good luck making it to the top. I will tell you, there is cake, and it's not a lie, at the top of this awesome adventure. And there's also an airship up there, so you can check that out. So anyways, back on to the next world. This is the Baldric Air Docks. The Baldric Air Docks is quite a interesting feat of engineering. We have a 3-propeller fan that is such a strong current of air that it will actually lift the rest of the dock, and you if you end up falling within the blades. Hint, hint. Now, to get to the Baldric Air Docks, all you do is you take the road down there, and there is a little walkway right here, which will take you underneath the mountain. Push the button to get up the elevator, and here you are. Now, the Baldric Air Docks only has one ship that actually goes somewhere currently. More will be added over time, of course. But to actually get there, all you do is go through the ship here. As you can see, it says the Dusk Treader, and this ship takes you to Relic, the old world. And to get to Relic, all you do is enter the pilot house here, and you're in Relic. Relic is, like it said, the old world. This is the world that we played on. It's actually the second world we played on when the server just started out. We actually had a world prior to this one called Andoria, which is why the server's name is Andoria. Then 1.7 came out for beta, and so we had to update the server to get all the cool new things, which we decided to, well, let's make a new world. So that's where Relic came in. This is our spawn point of Relic. We actually moved it. It was over that hill, but we moved it right here. And we built these gates, the air gate, the earth gate, the water gate, and the fire gate. Now, there's actually slight reasonings for this. The air gate is in the direction of my house. Me, being a biodome builder, I actually built my first biodome in this world, and completely by hand, looking at photos and figuring out how to make the biodome, how many blocks I needed to do to go through there. So if you wander off in this direction and hopefully don't get killed by creepers, you can see my biodome. The water gate is in the direction of Cascade, which is the Wombatted Doom's town. He currently still owns this town. He builds on it and works on it all the time. And that's in the direction of the water gate. The earth gate is in the direction of the mountains, and the fire gate is in the direction of the Majestic Wind's original town, which we removed because of, for whatever reason, he wanted to clean it out. And so it's now a national park, but that's in that direction. This town has been primarily made by Majestic Wind. He built the library and the shopping center. I made the bank and half of the post office, and the Wombat of Doom helped with the train station here. So if you wish to kind of see what we've built over time and, you know, how we started off the server, this is a great world for you to kind of explore. You can't own any land here, you can't build anything here, but it's a nice little world to kind of explore and see where we started on the server. It's kind of like a look in the past. And you can definitely see how much we've progressed on our building style. I mean, you got to think, this is before stone brick was around. This is back when steps couldn't be upside down and fence posts had just gotten the ability to have torches on it. That was like amazing to us. So yeah, it may not be the coolest thing in the world. Wow, that actually still has the color on it. I'm surprised it's lasted so many updates. This is our original shop. We had slabs on here with an item. So like, this is the dye shop, but let's just say it was selling clocks. It would just be like that. Hopefully it wouldn't fall over, and you just click the slab and you could buy it. So that's why we've kept that same design with our selling points, is because this is where it started. Here's our original cobble shop. That sign doesn't work anymore. See, it says you don't have enough items to sell, but this is our original cobble shop. It's just kind of funny. And that's the way to Cascade. Zombies are after me, so I'm gonna go doodle. Ah, don't try and eat my brains. I need my brains. There we go. But yeah, this is Relic. I'm gonna let you guys explore it. I'm not gonna go any further than the main town here. There's at least 5 different towns in this world. If you guys can find them all, that'd be amazing. And hopefully you guys don't get too far lost. It's easy to get lost in this world, and to get back, all you do is just go up the elevator and back into the Dust Shredder, and you'll go back to Baldric. I'll see you guys in a bit when we go to the Hell world, and you guys can have your first experience in Hell. Mwahaha. Mwahaha. Elevator didn't agree with me. Either way, see you in a bit. Alright everybody, it's time to go to Hell. Well, figuratively and realistically, actually. We just made it to Relic, so you go down here on the elevator, and right here is the Hell Gate. It's a giant dragon breathing fire and all that, made by the Wombat of Doom. And in here is the Hell portal. Now, there's 2 things you can do before you even go there. One is the gift shop from Hell. You can go and visit the gift shop. This is actually where you sell Hell type items like soul sand and obsidian. Even though that's not Hell items, it's used for Hell gates. So there you go, and lava buckets and all that. So that's here. Over here is the rules of Hell. Now, Hell has very basic rules. First off, all the normal server rules apply in Hell. So you don't have to worry that the 10 rules that you've memorized you need to forget. No, they still apply. But there's 3 new rules. 1, there's no PvP in Hell. That's obvious. It's a PvE world. And all the gates are PvE protected. And I'll explain a little bit more about that in Hell. Rule number 2, you cannot mine or break mob spawners. You can mine everything else. You just can't mine or break mob spawners. You can only place mossy cobblestone, nothing else. So if you wish to build a bridge to some glowstone, you need to take a couple stacks of mossy cobblestone. And because it's such a rare item, I do suggest if you see any in Hell, take it. Why not? It's Hell. There's no protection or rights in Hell. If you see a nether wart farm, take the nether wart. The only thing we don't allow is you to attack each other. Now, there we go. Took a little bit for me to teleport here, but this is the Hell Center Gate. This is where you arrive when you first go to Hell. Now, there's the Golden Gate, the Diamond Gate, the Iron Gate, and the Lapis Gate. I do suggest that if you have any internet issues, you do not go through the Lapis Gate. For whatever reason, if you have a little bit of lag, like right now I'm recording, so I have lowered frame rates, I wouldn't go down there. It would kill me. Literally. It's not like you'll get stuck or anything. It will literally suffocate you to death. So, if you have any issues with lag, don't go through this gate. If you don't have a problem with lag, then you can try it. The other gates work perfectly fine though. So, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tiger by its toe. If you holler, I'm done. Okay, let's go to the gold one. So, all you do is go to the very end here, and it'll teleport you to the gate of its choice. Now, you can tell you're at that gate because the floor is the color of the gate that you chose. Also, it says welcome to the Golden Gate. This is how you get back to to Baldric. So if you enter there, you'll teleport back to Baldric. Now, if you hop out here, there is the Hell World, pigmen and all that fun stuff. Some glowstone up there. So this area, as you can see, it says you have left the protection of the gate. Well, what does this protection mean? Well, a few things. One, you can't mine when you're within the protected zone. If you mine directly outside of it, we will consider that griefing. Go walk out there and mine. Don't mine right here. And we will know who's mining out here. So trust me, don't do it. Giving you a warning right now as a GM. Walk over there. There's a hill. You can walk on the other side of it. Either way, that's one protection. The other thing is you can't receive damage here. So, you see some lava, I can just swim in here, no problem whatsoever. That also applies to like if a herd of pigmen are after you because you poke their uncle. You can run through here and get protected here. Now, because you're protected, you can't get XP or drops from mobs. So don't go using that as some way of, getting mobs to drop you some loot. It won't work. But you can use it to kind of save yourself. Once you're outside of it, you can receive damage. I'm going to run back in here and get protected again. But once you're outside, you can receive damage from fire or gas or angry pigmen who are angry at you because you poked their uncle, or lava or whatever. Now, once you're outside here, hello gas, how are you? Dodge. You can actually start collecting stuff. So, this nether rack, which I can't get because I don't have a pick, or some glowstone or what have you, you can go out and collect it and bring it back to you. Now, you got to remember, you have to enter that gate to get out of here, so don't go too far and get lost. Know your way back. And remember, like I said, you can only place nether or mossy cobblestones. You can't place anything else down. So you can use that as markers and stuff like that, but like I said, it's such a rare material that if I see an arrow here made out of mossy cobblestone, guess what? I'm going to collect it. So definitely make sure you collect after yourself or someone else will. And then you just enter this gate and boom, you're in Baldric again. So that's Hell 101. Very simplistic and easy to follow the rules and have fun, and hopefully you don't get burned alive or eaten by angry zombie pigmen who are angry at you for poking their uncle. We'll see you in a bit in the mining world. Now that we've visited Hell and know how to collect mossy cobblestone, or not mossy cobblestone, soul sand and nether brick and glowstone and all that stuff, and how do we collect the other stuff? Well, there's one way, which is you buy a plot of land in a PvE world, and you can mine whatever's in that land. You can get gold and make armor and sell it and all that fun stuff. You can use the money from the gold you got to buy things from the mason, like mossy cobblestone, or somebody's selling that, which is going to be quite the interesting trade economy, especially since Hellworld only lets you use it for placing items. That's one way. The other way is go to the community mine over here. Now, the community mine has some very specific rules to it, so let's go ahead and view those in a sec here. So all you do is just enter this teleporter here, and boom, you're in the community mine. Now there is mining rules, and there's descent mines. Now this world's called Descent, so that's why it's Descent Mines. Now let's go ahead and view the mining rules. Now just like the Hell world, there's specific rules to this world, not anything complicated or anything like that. If we have a specific rule set for a world like the mining world, we'll show you either inside, as the mining world is, or right before you enter it, just like the Hell world is. So for the mining world, once again, it's not a PvE world, it's not a PvP world, it is a PvE world. So you versus creepers, not versus each other. You cannot place TNT, but you can place any other item, unlike the Hell world where you could only place nether or mossy cobblestone in the nether. Now, you are protected by mobs, and mobs are protected by you when you're in town. Now I'll show you that in a sec here. Now here's a list of items you can't break. Like I said, you can place every item, but these are things you cannot break. So torches, for instance, you can't break them. Now it's saying I don't have permission to break it for two reasons. One, I'm in a protected zone. Secondly, because you can't break torches in this world. So if you're out in the caves and you see some torches, you can't break them and collect them. So do be aware of that. Another thing is these chests are all lootable, just like the spawn world where there's 4 chests there that you can loot, and each person sees their own set of items. Is the same way here. If I take the 5 dirt from this chest, now when somebody else opens it up, they'll see 5 dirt, just as if it's never been touched. So each person can loot this chest once. Now, if you go down here to Descent Mines, you can see the awesome lava maker here. And, oh man, it's just making lava all over the place. Now, and here is the rune room. Now, there's runes in this world, and you use this chest to keep track of it. So if you, let's just say this is a rune, which is one of these wool blocks, you just put it in here. And then you can go explore some more, and you can come back later on and say, which rune have I collected? Just open it up. A little bit of lag just because I'm filming. It always causes that. There we go. So I'm going to take my rune back, and now I know which ones I've collected, which ones I haven't collected, and try and collect them all. There's some good rewards in there, some diamonds, some full armor blocks, some enchanted tools. So, you know, it's definitely a good thing to try and find those hidden runes around the world. Now, in here is our shop. Now, it's not really a shop, it's just for looks. You can't actually buy anything from these. Like I said, looks only. But this whole area is just for looks. So, you can use the furnaces here to smelt your items and, you know, all that fun stuff. So, you can use that, like I said, for smelting. Ooh. Shiny. Anyways, here's a good example of you can't hurt monsters, monsters can't hurt you. So I'm gonna bring him in the protected zone, and hey, how's it going? Hugs around. See, I can hurt him. He can't hurt me. But if I kill him, he flies. That's kind of weird. Probably because he's on steps. But anyways, it will take forever to kill him, so let's push him into the lava. Come on, this way. Lava's this way. Come on, zombie. Aw. Hey, sweet. But as you can see, I didn't get any XP. Why? Because, well, I couldn't get hurt. I did get some loot, though. It's kind of nice. But anyways, when you leave this area, you are in a non-protected zone, so you've left the protection of descent. Walk over here. I feel the protection of descent. So, it's nice and informative. Now, like I said, you can mine everything in this world once you leave the protected area. Now, don't go mining right outside the door, just like in the Hell world. We will know who's doing that, and it's against the server rules to grief, and we consider that griefing. So, try and, you know, explore out, make some tunnels to get deeper in and that kind of thing. Now, when you're out here exploring, as you can see here, some iron and some coal. Now, if I mine this area out, 24 hours from now, that section will regenerate. So let's go over here and break this gravel here. And oh no, he sees me. But yeah, just for the sake of this tutorial, let's just get these annoying mobs out of here. Anyways, so this gravel, I just took it. If I, you know, kept mining, mine away. These will regenerate 24 hours or so, 24 to 48 hours after I've mined it. Now, it won't put back the same exact material. It will put back a percentage of what's in this area. So in this area, I'm in the iron level, so I'll get chances of coal, I'll get chances of iron, and a high, extremely high chance of stone. Go lower, you get higher chances of gold, and even lower than that, you get chances of diamond, redstone, lapis lazuli, so on. So it will regenerate over time depending on, you know, what level you're at. So if you find some diamonds and you come back a couple days later, those diamonds won't regenerate. They won't be in the same spot. Here, I'll show you what a creeper explosion. It gives you a good example of what the regen looks like. Over here, come on, you can do it. Come on. So he made a hole here. Let's pretend this was me mining. And 24 hours have passed. Well, the land will slowly start filling in the gaps of what has been mined out. And you will get a warning if you're within 100 blocks of this regen process. It will warn you. Warning, the earth is quaking under your feet. It's best to get to a safe location. It will warn you that 1 minute before it starts regenerating. So that's plenty of time to get out of the area and get to a proper cave system like one of these. And hopefully not get caved in. But do be aware that cave-ins can happen. Those are what we call the regenning areas. And it does allow this world to constantly be changing in materials and resource locations and all that. So definitely kind of, explore, make sure you get out of the starting area. Like here's a good area to start mining straight down. Because, it's not right in front, it's in its own little area, you can kind of mine away. So that's one thing. Another thing is if I place something, like I place this gravel here, this gravel, I'm within the region or descent area here. Let's get out of there. I put this gravel here. This will despawn after 24 hours because this gravel wasn't here naturally. So if I build stairways to get up to higher areas or put torches down to get some better light, which I do know is kind of dark in this part of the recording because there's no light or anything. So let's go down here where there is a torch. If I put like a torch down or whatever to get some light in a cave, those will clean up after itself after so long. So don't use things like mossy cobblestone as building materials here because you will lose it if you don't pick it up after 24 hours. Also, if you put a chest down, like I have this chest here and I want to fill it up with all my awesome loot, so I put this chest down here and I fill it with some awesome loot. Well, this chest will actually disappear after 24 hours and I will lose all my stuff if it's still in the chest. So make sure you don't leave your stuff around and make sure you watch out for cave-ins. But that's how our mining world's set up, and I might go over that a little bit more in another tutorial if you guys want it. Comment below what you guys wish to see, if you wish to see more specifics on a specific world. Either way, that's kind of the overview of all of the worlds we have in the server currently. There's more being planned and more that will be added over time. So hopefully this helps you a little bit. And like, comment, and subscribe as always. It's midnight here. I'm going to hit the hay and start editing this tomorrow so I can post it up to you. So see you then.